Hello people, I'm GInny Metheral and I'm a 4th generation witch. Now today's video, it's all about something that I love and I didn't realise that nobody really knows about until someone pointed it out to me, and that is of course my witch's ball. So as with all my videos, what I'd like to do today is to give you a little bit of the history about the witch's ball, where it came from, who used it, how they used it, and then we will look at its evolution until today, and finally I'll show you what I do with my witch's ball. And it's not just hang it here, by the way, although it looks lovely, doesn't it? Love it, love it. So the witch's ball has been known, first of all, by many, many different names. In America at the moment, you might well find it listed under Kugel ball, which, I mean, Kugel is just German for ball, and it is a friendship ball. Now, it does have a very long history. It is closely intertwined with the crystal ball. However, I don't wish to talk about the crystal ball because that is another video completely in itself. Although there are elements that I'm going to take from crystal ball history which evolve with the witch's ball. So we will look a bit about it, but I am going to do another video probably next week on the crystal ball and how to use that. Witches' balls, or crystal balls, have been used by all sorts of cultures, from the Native Americans, from the Pawnee and the Iroquois, to people like the Incas, the Chinese, the Egyptians. All of these put ancient in front of them and you'll get the age that we're looking at. Now, they might have used them in several different ways, but crystal spheres from which the witch's orb is developed from have been found in many graves. They were particularly popular in Europe, and Iron Age graves from especially southern Eastern, the area of Kent, have been found to contain crystal globes. There is a very long and august history to a crystal sphere. However, the glass spheres that we know and love as witches' balls have been made ever since we had glass blowing techniques, and therefore it was 13th century that they were first recorded that witches' balls were used. Glass globes were hand blown in Venice, you know, the root of all great glassware, in the 1200s, and that's our first written handcrafted witches' ball that we can find, although there is archaeological evidence of witches' balls elsewhere. Once Venice had created the glass globe, they became enormously popular and they were used to decorate your garden, so they were known as garden gazers, garden globes. In fact, in the 1600s, Francis Bacon, that wonderful English personage, said that no well-presented English garden was complete without a garden globe for the sun to play on. However, there is very much an occult history to these globes, and that is what I want to look at now. They were immensely popular throughout their history. I mean, they became mass-produced in the 1800s when they were at their peak, but that's because they were mass-produced in those days. Previous to this, they had to be very carefully hand-blown rather than pressed glass, which is what Victorians did for them. So they were used as ornaments, essentially, but they had been used previous to this as a good luck symbol. In England, certainly, they were known to be given to brides on their wedding day, to give them happiness for their oncoming home. Which I think is rather lovely, isn't it? They were hung from windows, or from archways or doorways, so that you could pass through them and the sun could get to them. Now, it was considered particularly auspicious to have them hanging from an eastern window, because then the rising sun would come up and play upon the light. But witches' globes had this rather mercurial, reflective surface to them, and this is so that the light can play on them. They often have things inside them as well, bits of string, bits of feather, bits of anything, and so that's why you can get into them. Like I can take this top off my witch's globe here and put things in it. This is so that the play of light means that they shimmer and shine and really are the most attractive that they can be, as opposed to a crystal globe, which which needs to be covered because it can cause fires, as I will tell you in my next video all about crystal spheres. The true witch's ball, of course, has this mirrored mercurial colouring to it, and that's so that it keeps away the witches. So what would happen is that a witch would approach your house and you'd be hanging your witch's ball from your window. The witch would gaze into the mercurial reflective possibilities of the witch's ball and be so repulsed by her own reflection that they would disappear, never to annoy the household again. Likewise, evil spirits would come up and be mesmerised and tantalised by the play of light within and on the witch's ball, and they will go into the witch's ball, which is where you can trap your evil spirits. So they served as an evil spirit trap. So the first use of a witch's ball in an occult fashion is to keep away harmful spirits and witches, because, as I said, they get trapped within inside. And the second use is to take that witch's ball with its trapped spirit inside it and use it as a scrying ball, crystal ball to you and I, or a divination technique. Because then, with the spirit trapped inside your ball, you can ask the ball questions and the spirit is bound to reply. Yeah, it's good, isn't it? Which I rather like. Another particular favourite for me of the use of the witch's ball is that they were placed upon the gate to your yard in the south in America. And when you were sitting on your porch, you could see people reflecting it from round the corner because it works as a reflective surface and you can see from down the street to here. So that gave you enough time to run inside, batten down the hatches, pull your door closed and pretend not to be there, which I can think of several people. No, I can't. Which I can't think of anybody I would do that to ever. Really, honestly. Or you could sit on your porch and then open your arms with joy and go and meet them. So I think that's quite useful, isn't it? I have here a blue witch's ball, which often they were made from blue glass or green glass, and they were the floats that were used by fishermen. Now, these floats were taken and used as a decoration or as witch's ball to ward off evil in your house. And they were blessed by the owner of the house. And so then, when the fisherman took them to use them as a float for his nets, they knew that they were going to have good luck. And that is really where the blue or green style of witch's ball comes from. Now, I did mention that they were called Kugels by the Germans, which just means ball, and they were used as friendship balls. And so that is just a rather beautiful way of giving a friend of yours or a loved one something witchy which they can enjoy throughout their lives without knowing it, should you be in the closet. Buy yourself a beautiful witch's ball of your choosing. And then I want you to charge that witch's ball with all your love, energy and happiness. And then you can present it to your loved one and they'll never know. Top tip for baby witches. Do you have a witch's ball? I'd love to know. Leave me a comment. Finally, I just want to tell you about my GInny Metheral Christmas vouchers. These are vouchers for one-to-one sessions or whatever with myself. They're done over Zoom. You can buy them in increments of £10 upwards. Perfect present to give to your loved ones or your wife or partner. You can have anything from me creating spells for you to doing readings to you to having a whole hour witchcraft session. If you want to know more details, do look in the description below and email me please at ginnymetheral@gmail.com. We take payments over PayPal, so you're fully guaranteed that they last a year. In the meantime, I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in a few days.